Oh my god. Okay, stream has started now, by the way.
Nice.
Cock. Nice cock. Nice cock. Oh my god. Graffin.
It is me.
Oh my goodness, I have Jolene in chat going grarg. Grarg. Jolene, you left so quickly. Do you hate me? You'd rather just have the stream open. That's fair. Kiwi! Kiwi! Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Womp womp. Trying to get my window capture to recognize that. Oh shit! I play. Oh my goodness! Did Shark join? Everybody can hear you, Shark.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, I'm streaming.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Jolene's in chat. Say hello to Jolene.
Hydrate, you bastard!
Hello,
Hydrate!
I have to hydrate.
I thought you were wanting to do the zomboid thing.
What do you mean do the zomboid thing?
Kill them all.
Explain yourself, woman.
And the characters.
Yes, what did I send you?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were wanting to log in now and do that. But if you're streaming, that's fine.
Well, I always stream at this time.
Well, time is a strange concept to me.
Time is also a strange concept to me. Why is this doing this? Alright, that closed down the full game. That's not what I wanted to do. I accidentally pressed Sorcery Part 2 instead of Part 1. And it's also not showing up on my OBS. I'm trying to capture the screen, but it's not showing up. I'm going to have to do... It's still not showing up there. That is odd. It really does not like sorcery. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Long
that you're
day.
okay. Been a long day. What you been up to?
Cooking. And since I'm counting calories now, I'm kind of calculating nutrients right now.
Ah, you've been counting all of those calories.
That's a pain.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh shit, I accidentally pressed something. You know what, I am gonna deafen myself because I don't think I'm gonna be able to read this out while I'm here because I'm just gonna get embarrassed, so I'm just gonna deafen myself.
I'm hearing you in stream anyway.
Huh?
I'm hearing you in stream anyway.
Oh, fuck off, I'll just leave then. Fuck you guys. Anyway, you'll see that I was watching Dexter. Rude! You're so excited. I'm glad you're excited. This is your favorite game, right? It is said the crown was never forged only by Chalana. I don't know if I said that correctly. The Reformer, a lowly foot soldier who became emperor of the Eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. I don't know if I mean, I love that you're here regardless. You know, Shark's been thinking that you don't exist. You should prove that you exist by existing. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hand, you will be as powerful as Chalana. The goblins are arming, the giants are waking, and the birdmen carving cruel daggers from stone. War will come, but you will prevent it. But then the image of the crown begins to flicker and you rush forwards. It's a trap! We need to get that soundbite in here. It's a trap! And you startle yourself awake. You're alone, exhausted in the little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. Oh my gosh, it was just the intro. It was just the intro. Excuse me. Holy shit. Click your character to continue. It is sunrise. You dress breakfast on bread and goat's milk and collect the pack and sword from your bed. We will test the blade. You're gambling with elves right now? Goodness. You pause to test the blade against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Outside the hut, you hear the outpost settlement stirring to life. Hey, I was drawing blood earlier today. I have 5 pricks on my finger that I was getting blood so that I could send it to people for them to test. This person's less of a pussy than I am. I was shitting myself. We don't need to pray for luck. We just go. Why finger? Because that's what it asks you to do on the pamphlet. You need to do the finger prick, and then the blood comes out. And the first one, the little fiber thing, needed to soak up all your blood, and then the second one I needed to fill up to a certain line inside a vial. And let's just say that I couldn't fill the vial. They only gave me 3 finger pricks for the vial one, and that wasn't enough. And now my arms feel weird because I've pricked all the blood out of my fingers. We don't pray. Time to depart. You lift the back of the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. Rookie mistake. Already throwing? We don't pray. We don't pray. Draw path to the flag. Wee! Sorry, I had to. Nice. Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great Shamutani wall. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. Greet them. You turn to them and bow. Some smile in reply, but are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You're going beyond the wall, so they believe you to be cursed. A man is waiting on the path to the Kantopani Gate, the final doorway between Analand and the wilds of Kahabad. You recognize the sergeant of the Sightmaster warriors. He sends out his hand. My veins are good, but my blood is really slow to come out and really quick to congeal. Greetings, Sergeant. Get out my way. Well, the greetings. He touches your forehead with 2 fingers. You're almost ready, my lady, he says. I have for you a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. We take half. You take the bag, count out half the coins and return the rest. The king will need them should I fail, you declare. You choose a harder path, but I respect you for it, the Sightmaster replies. You must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you. And should you wish to practice your swordplay, I will go one last round with you. He points with his staff towards the training ground. Alright, okay. You walk with the sergeant to the training ground as he wraps the base of his staff in leather. Ready my sword. To begin, the sergeant says, we will practice the stances. First, defend yourself against me. Choose your attack power by dragging your character sideways. Okay, so... Okay. Thanks, Jolene. The Sight Master is a powerful enemy. By defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sight Master Sergeant chooses a strong attack. You turn it away with minimum impact. I will now defend myself, he says. Whatever attack you play will damage me, but a strong attack will use up more power. You should choose a weak attack. Small distance. Jab, side swipe, cut, thrust, charge. Okay, okay. But how weak should I do? Jab. With jab at a jab jab. You swing with a weak attack, rushing for the Sight Master Sergeant who is defending. Good choice. A stronger attack would have wasted more of your power. I will defend myself again. You will lie to me. You play a low attack, overpowering the Sight Master Sergeant again, who raises its defense. You played carefully and won that round, well done. He raises its defense but says nothing. I don't know. I'm just gonna go full out. God damn it. You play strong attack again, injuring the Sight Master Sergeant once more, who's defending. The enemy stamina is at the top. If this reaches 0, you've won the fight, okay? My next attack will be one of my strongest, he declares. If you can perform a full attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise you had best defend yourself. For a strong attack, okay. But I cannot, because I wasted it there. So I defend myself. I get it, okay. You defend yourself. The Sight Master Sergeant attempts a strong attack, but you receive only a small amount of damage. He'll be weaker now, so his next attack will be lower. My next attack will be of medium strength. You may overpower me if you wish to try. I can try. Fool? How am I a fool? You choose a powerful attack, overpowering the Sight Master Sergeant. He bows. You've finished me. Excellent. Nice. Okay. We'll do enough training. You shake your head. Very good, the sergeant agrees. But if you wish a bout in earnest, then I will warn you. I will not go easy on you. He indicates a wider yard, a true match. Yeah, no, let's fight him here, I guess. Okay. Sightmaster smiles at you, taps the ground with his long staff, and readies his stance. You drop into a defensive crouch immediately. The Sightmaster is not to be trifled with. The Sightmaster Sergeant comes in with a tough blow, balancing his strength and impact. You see his grip change in the heel of his staff and readies himself to strike again. Time to attack. You rush forward with a deep heavy slash, overwhelming his own staff swing. His eyes follow your shoulders. He's probably about to defend himself. You realise a strong hit would be wasteful now. Yeah, indeed. Boop! You just kind of boop him on the head. You cleverly read his intent and attack lightly, saving your energy while still wounding him. His own weapon is raised in defense. He smiles. The Sightmaster shakes his head. Not bad, he grunts, clearly weakening. His guard is coming up, conserving his energy so that the next strike can be stronger. We just do it again. We give him a little jab, jab, jab the back of the knee. The Sightmaster is ready to leap behind the cover of a nearby hut as you come at him. His breath begins to heave. He's struggling to stay upright. You see his arm grow tense. He's readying for a strong attack. I can overpower him. Never mind, I cannot. In the moment the Sightmaster's sergeant is a blur of movement, you attempt a strong blow only to be painfully knocked aside. As this blow lands, the impact of his hit is hard and sends you tumbling across the dirt. From the sidelines, the people of the settlement watch with gathering despair. He turns his grip and holds his staff more loosely. He seems to be parrying a simple jab. Chance to overpower him, perhaps. Yes! Acting quickly, you swing your sword fast in towards his chest. It is enough to finish him. The Sightmaster throws down his staff. You have me, he declares with a grin. Awesome. Sergeant's gasping for breath. He bows to you once more. Not bad. But you need to cover yourself more, or the beast of the kingdom will take you apart. As he talks, nearby healers hurry over with a salve in your health, and the sergeant is quickly restored. Nice. What is this? Are those places I've been? Nice. Okay, okay. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from the doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in different locations in the hills and beyond. Okay. You lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks up at you with haggard. I have literally just watched that episode yesterday of Dexter, because that's where that soundbite comes from. It comes from Dexter. But hello, anime lover. The mage looks up at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? I do not. Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars, he begins. The spell for Zap, example, is made by aligning Zarathustra, Aegus, and I'm sorry, trying to like explain why they're just using Zap for an electric spell, and I find that funny. And Peony, but that is not important. What matters is what the spell is called and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning, Hot will create fireball, and Foff will create a force field around you. Shall I continue? Tell me more, I guess. The mage nods. The law spell is formed with Lilith, Aegus, and Wex, and it will allow you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. The wall spell is quite different and uses the stars. The order matters, as you see. Wall creates an invisible barrier I never would have known. Hey, that's me, wow. You will find the rest in the book, he tapped, adding the leather-bound volume. I want to know more. The mage looks surprised. Well, the Dop spell is for useful locks, and the Walk spell will shield you in battle, and the Dumb will cause clumsiness. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that don't will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You will need to read the book to know what. Research and manage it using spellbook button on the map. Okay. Elephant. What is elephant? Of what's going on? So basically, this is a game called Sorcery. It's an older game from, I'm sure, what you can tell, and I'm only just starting to play it. It is a sort of, the fight system in it is a dueling system. I obviously don't know how to use the spellbook yet, but we will get to that. My character is someone who's going past this wall here, and people think it's really dangerous, so everybody thinks I'm cursed. And that's about as much as I know, honestly. Jolene knows more about this game than I do. But there's no voice acting or anything. I have to read everything, so you're going to be hearing my voice like the entire fucking time. Small trader... Kiwi, Graffin. Small traders in the settlement supply the Sightmaster warriors with weapons, armor, food, and clothing. You go over to the sergeant, with the sergeant, to a stall selling flatbreads and cheese. I love flatbread. 2 gold pieces per ration, the owner says. You hand over your coins and the man places 2 rations carefully into your pack. You must be sure to eat every day or you will suffer, the sergeant tells you, standing at the side. Eating more will give you extra strength, but it's not necessary. And these little red marks are places that I've been, I've found out. Yeah. You reach the foot of the mighty gate.
It's my hole. I keep on farting wherever I go. Oh, hello.
I take it that you're trying to summon Graffin. Oh, give us a second. Okay, we're back. Okay. Also, today someone at the door, yeah. People keep on coming to my door thinking that well, they keep coming to the wrong place because next door orders a lot of packages. And it's from a package company that only delivers like round about this time, which is really odd because they usually deliver a little bit earlier. So it's not Amazon. I think it's Every. Or maybe, I don't know what it is. But yeah, they're not for me. They're like, is this number? And I'm like, no, it's not this number. Your people keep on coming here. And it's not here. Like, I can assure you, it is not here. Anyway, I mean, I had my own delivery today, which had 2 blood test kits, and now 5 of my fingers have little pinprick holes in them because I was putting blood into vials. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter the raiders, he tells you. But you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the DOP spell to be crafted. And he stands back. Kind of just did you open? I opened a Pepsi Max. I mean, if it was a Dr. Pepper, I would be a lot happier, but it's a Pepsi Max, so it is like second best. Okay. We open the DOP spell. D? What? D. Oh. B. And we cast that, and boom. I go DOP! And it opens. You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and groan. The hinges turn with a noise like hail on a canvas roof. These gates have not been opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. I fear he's dead. If I overtake him, he is too slow. That does not concern me. Doesn't concern me. The sergeant nods. Very well. Let's fucking go. Together you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word, he declares. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. Watching from where? From here. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. We cannot help but wonder how far he can see. Tell me what lies ahead. Tell me what lies ahead. This path leads to the first Cantopani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Tani, Jesus Christ. But no single route is safe. Kahabad is a land of devils. And beyond Kahar? I cannot see so far, he says. But once you've crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the backlands. They say that day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun, and from the Kahar too, your progress will be watched. It is time to go. Striding away, you pass through the gate. The faces of folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest on you and your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Let's go! Wow. Here we go then. Excuse me. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, with the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow, which we heard. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. They make you uneasy, as if you were an intruder in their presence. Oh my god, it's saying things and I don't know what they're saying. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamutani hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Cover your mouth. Ah, okay. You cover your mouth with the neck scarf, but it does no good. They warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are here, but for the moment, you must be very careful. Maximum stamina decreased. You can see stamina on the top screen, reaches 0 but too tired to carry on. Stamina again, the rations are reading. We have cross country, low rise. I mean, there's always bandits on the road, but we'll go low rise. Another hour passes and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you can see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts. This must be Cantopani. Look at the village. From this distance it's hard to make out much about the town, except that it must be desperately poor. The fields on either side are brown with caked mud, and the few penned animals are thin and wizened with thirsty vines. No wonder the Sightmaster warriors don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There's nothing here to protect. They'll probably steal my food or something, but we're gonna go through anyway. Of course, if you were scared of a town like Cantopani, then you could not hope to survive in Kahabad proper. You follow the path down into the town. The huts are made of hard-baked, bright clay, and the roofs are thinly hatched. As you pass, eyes appear at dark doorways, tracking your every move. For a moment, it seems like this will be all you see of the town's inhabitants. But then, a villager appears from one of the dwellings and blocks your path. We'll just look at him. He's 5 feet tall. They cannot grow much taller out here, in this poisonous air. He has a thick set of arms and thighs, and is half clothed in tattered breeches. His eyes are wild, and his long red hair and beard stand out from his face in a wiry tangle. Halt, stranger, he commands. What business do you have in Cantopani? Thick thighs? Yeah. He got thick thighs. He got them thickest of thighs. We love them boys with thick thighs. Ain't that right, Graffin? Let's see. I mean, if I say I'm a hungry traveler and that I need to eat, then they're gonna get offended. Like, excuse me, you come here to eat, of all places? You're coming here to eat? Here? They maybe have equipment. He grunts, but you can see that he is pleased. With a motion, he encourages you to follow, taking you through the village to a large hut. Nice. Inside, you find the building is a storage house. A quartermaster, somewhat plumper than your guide, is seated at a table. We wait to be introduced. This lady is here to do business, the villager explains. Get out of here, flea, the fat man replies, getting up from his seat to hustle the villager out. He turns to you with a smile and beckons you to sit. Greetings, stranger, he purrs. Shall I show you my wares? I will ask the dreaded question. Do you treat your customers so roughly? So roughly as your neighbours, you ask, unimpressed by his attitude towards the poor villager. He'll get his commission, the fat man replies gruffly, if you buy. Show me what you have then. Show me what you have. The man waves a finger, wags a finger. Wait here, or wait there. He disappears for a moment into the side room. We will wait and do as he says. You wait. The merchant returns carrying a large box. For you, he declares, moving his hand as he speaks. You've come to the right place. This collection, the very best, our most strange and interesting artifacts, collected from other travellers who've come this way. He begins to lay the items in front of you, treating each with great care. You have 8 gold pieces to spend, but is there anything that you'd want to buy? Let's have a look at this bag. Ugh. You lift a bag from the table. Its contents rattle. Teeth, the merchant replies, showing his own a little. Finest creature teeth. Only 3 pieces too. What kind of creature? Goblins, giants, mole rats. All sorts, the merchant replies. I couldn't tell you myself. I'm no expert, but there's 10 or 12 in there. For 3 gold pieces, it's a pretty good price. I won't buy teeth without seeing them. Then you won't buy them, the merchant replies, taking the bag back and placing it under his counter, unless... I will shake my head. I don't know what I need, though. That's my only issue. Herbalist's potion? You lift a flask containing some kind of potion from the box, and you turn it between your hands. The liquid inside is thick and purple. I'm interested. Do you know what it does? The merchant smiles. I'm a mere tradesman, he answers, but I assure you it's of the finest quality. For everything I sell, only the finest will do. Teeth can be good. I mean, I don't know if I can get the teeth back. He's already put them away and I don't have the option anymore. Oh, I see. Well, he's already put them under the counter, so I don't know if I can actually get them. I'm interested in the purple flask, though. Well, sorry, the flask with purple stuff in it. I might take it because it's purple. I don't see you saying anything though, so I'm just gonna follow your heart. We're not gonna smell it, we're just gonna put it in the bag. We'll see what else he has, and then we'll go away. You pick a bamboo pipe off the table, carved with split reed and 6 finger holes. What use is this? Are you selling off your infant toys? 3 gold pieces, the merchant says. I can't promise you that it has any magic, but it might cheer you up at night. Can we just play it? We can just play it. You place your pipe to your lips and blow a few clear sweet notes. The merchant nods. It's a well-made little thing, don't you agree? We'll return it to him. It would make a better gift for a child, you reply, replacing the pipe on the table. The merchant shrugs, but he does not seem surprised. Please, the merchant waves a hand. Keep looking. Take your time. We'll have a look at the weapon that's here. The merchant looks at you carefully, sizing up what kind of customer you are. The kind to place a newly bound dagger against his neck, or the kind to tip him for the quality of his blade. But he must see your honour shining through. He wags his finger once more, and then collects an axe and a fine broadsword from the other corner of the shop. These are both treasures, as well as the deadly weapons of war. I'm sure you will agree. We'll have a look at the broadsword. Oh, did I only have a limited number of interactions? Okay. You lift the broadsword. It has a ready weight and cutting edge is sharp. It clearly has been owned by a master craftsman. An exquisite blade, don't you think? The merchant grins. Only 7 gold pieces. Oh. You replace the broadsword in the tabletop. It is not a blade for me, you explain. The merchant nods, and then begins to pack his box away once more. I must save something for my next customer, he replies with a smile. But perhaps you will return this way, and it will be you. Okay. You get to your feet and take your leave of the merchant. Excuse me. Just outside the doorway in the sunshine, you pause to examine what you've acquired. Do we smell the potion? Fuck it. Potion smeller. I know. I'm a potion smeller. You open the stopper of the potion and take a cautious sniff. Phew. The pungent odor of blimeberry just hits your nostrils. Or blimberry. Is it blimberry? I think it might be blimberry. I said blime. Blimberry is a strange fruit, ordinarily never eaten by humans or animals due to its terrible smell, but well known for its medicinal properties. It can be used in a place of food or rest. It can be applied to treat injuries, and can be even used in sorcery. There's enough in this bottle for a single dose. I see. You head out of Cantopani along the path into the Tanti Hills. My goodness, these names, dude. These names. It's a shame I only had one interaction here. Passing the outlying huts, you feel strangely uneasy. Hissing from within and sly faces disappearing from doorways make you feel undecidedly unwelcome. Then, at the edge of town, you pass a large boulder, and at once 2 rough-cut villagers spring out with their swords drawn. Bandits. 2 against 1, the first declares. You're lost, calls the other. So hand over your things, come on. We'll attempt to reason with them. I don't want any trouble, you declare. The first bandit edges forward, a sword tickling your chest. Running you through, no trouble at all, the pack. We will defend ourselves. My first ever real fight. You draw yourself to your full height. You've mistaken me for someone else, you declare. I would like to give you a moment to reconsider because I will kill you if I have to. The bandits growl and advance on you, 1 on either hand. What can I cast in this particular instance? I've forgotten everything already. Oh, excuse me. I must have clicked outside the screen. One sec. We clicked outside the screen. What's happening? Oh, I think I know what it is. One second. I need to get rid of this. It keeps on thinking that I want to click it. Whoa, 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 whoa. We'll just move that over here. Alright. Alright, that's not helpful. Oh my god. That's what happens when you've got an older game. I'm trying. We're trying here. Come on, you can do it. And then click, I'm inside the... Oh my god. Come on. Okay. Nope. Come on. Okay. Just press escape for what? What am I pressing escape for? Oh, thanks, Julie. I see. Thank you, Jolene. Yeah. Sorry. I wonder. Will I just big myself? Hold on, will I just make myself big? Sorry. I would need to try that, but I don't think I have the ladders for it. Oops. Yeah, I don't have the ladders for it. I'm sorry, I'm new to this game. Alright, I need to like memorize what letters I have here. What letters do I have here? Like, yeah, no worries, Animal Lover. I've got L, J, F. I've got L, J, and F. Okay. Alright, I could do fourth. It won't be that one. Of course, no worries. You don't need to do so, but I do appreciate it. Will that work in this situation? Let's try it. I might have what I need and I might not. Oh, Foff or Fog? Actually, no, Foff or Fog? Which one? Oh, what one would be better? Fog? Foff? I don't know. Let's do Foff. Or Fog go. Fuck it, we do Fog. That was my original intent. God damn it. Fog is usually pretty shit, and then it happened. God fucking damn it. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it, Jolene. That delay. I'm fighting. A full minute. Jesus. I don't have any delay on my side, so... You should make things easier for yourself. The bandit goes launching forward with the sword. You make a good defense. We will sideswipe him. Whoa! I thought he was coming in for a little bit more. We'll defend once more. We'll jab him with this just now. We'll up him and we'll give out a 5. Amazing. We'll defend this. And then we'll go on a 5-5. Continue. Oh shit, do we chase him? Let's go after him. Probably a really bad decision. No mercy. No mercy. Yo, I gutted him. Let's go. Search the bodies. Damn fucking right. You search the bandits' pockets but find nothing, not even a single gold piece. Their clothing is ragged and rough. No wonder they were driven to this life. You leave the bodies for the beast to pick clean and set off again. About half an hour of the way becomes uphill incline. And we can just like... Okay. Magical items? Drink this? Okay. Oh, can I also eat the rations too? Yes. That's pretty good. We climb into the hills, let's go! The hills are alive! Leaving Cantapani behind marks the true start of the wilderness. Beyond that tiny outpost, there are scattered homesteads in Kahari. Kari? I have no fucking clue. And thriving city port, but all are touched by cruelty, isolation, and fear. The backlands and the long shadow cast by a Mampang fortress darken everything. With the crown gone, things can only grow worse. In the long years since Chalana, the reformer founded the alliance. The crown has been passed from kingdom to kingdom every 4 years. Just like the presidential election, ensuring each one has its turn to lead, but no more. Riddlestone, Ledoland, Galantria, and Bryce have all enjoyed its power, but not Analand. But when the crown came to Analand, it was stolen by the birdmen from Zaman and carried off to Mampang. With the crown, the Archmage will be unstoppably powerful. There is no chance of sending an army against him. A military force would not survive the journey. So here you are, a lone adventurer, walking the long path to Mampang alone. 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, you reach a fork in the road. The sergeant, for all his eyesight, hadn't mentioned this. It's a fork in the road! You gotta be forking kidding me. The road splits around the base of a gigantic tree, but does not rejoin the other side. The left path winds down the valley, and the right rises up a slope towards the first thick forest of the hills. You gotta look right. It's hard to see much further uphill. The forest is sudden and thick, and the path narrow. It may be hard going in that direction, but the hills will involve a lot of climbing eventually, and you may get a decent view of the next leg from the top ridge. Look left. The burp, yeah. Excuse me. Why am I suddenly coughing? You pause to consider the lower route. There's a river there, and the path that follows the left bank. It is a safer route, secluded and protected, but the curve of the landscape will mean that you're almost backtracking. You're about to make your choice when you hear a faint cry from somewhere close at hand. A trap. Time to move on. Look around. A trap. Yes. A call for help. Out here in the Shamuntani Hills, almost certainly a trap to lure travelers to their doom. You must move on. The light is fading already. Here's the high path. Damn right. The high route seems the most secure. In the valley you can be easily observed from above and led astray, but out in the hills you can go whichever way you choose. Of course, when night falls, it may be cold and exposed up in the slopes, but no matter. This journey was never destined to be easy. You begin the climb, letting the cries from the tree fade quickly away. The path winds upwards into the hills and onto the cover of wood. After the afternoon sun glints through the trees and plays tricks on your eyes. Every so often you catch a glimpse of some strange shaped animal or other watching you, only to find that it's the silhouette of branches and leaves caught in an odd angle. After an hour's walk, you're starting to feel very slightly hungry, but you might be wise to save your provisions. We continue walking. Keep up your pace. The climb continues, with the path twisting this way and that. The air grows cold, and the sun flickers on the horizon, then sets, making it hard to see your way. But the moon is full, and when twilight is done, it will be bright once more. It'd probably be wise to rest. But to tire yourself on the first day would be inauspicious. You settle down to make a camp for the night in a... What damn word, inauspicious? In a natural shelter provided by the roots of 3 gigantic intertwined trees. Your backpack will serve for a pillow and your cloak for a blanket. Before settling to sleep, you check through your pack. You have 1 meal's worth of rations left. Twilight, ah yes. Let's eat another meal. You take the last of your cheese and bread from your backpack and eat it. That's done. You settle down to rest. The moon is full and high in the sky when you next open your eyes. You feel warm and more cozy than you did before, as if wrapped in a gigantic blanket. Then there's a pain in your leg. Slowly you realize what is happening. A giant bat has settled on your chest and is feeding on your leg. Kill the bat. You draw your sword slowly and carefully, hoping not to disturb the creature before you can run it through, but no such luck, it leaps back in alarm. Yeah, thought so. The bat's great wings buffet at your face, making it hard to see. You drop into a defensive crouch, covering your head as the bat flutters back out of reach. The giant bat flaps his wings threateningly, clearly trying to frighten you. I see, Jolene. I see, Jolene. It came at the wrong time. Forgive you. Oh, okay. You wait for the creature's wide rings to open and then strike. You cut a side blow. The giant bat tries to cover itself but is too slow. It tumbles backwards into a tree in a crash of branches. The creature's eyes glow a fierce, maddening red. You're telling me to go full power? Or are you telling me the bat's about to go full power? Okay, so you're telling me to go full power. Okay. Another chance follows. You cleave the air with your sword. The bat falls to the ground, and the lights in their eyes go dark. No stamina lost. The bat is dead. You toss the carcass back into the woods, and now truly exhausted, you lay back. We will sleep. Once again, the crown fills your dreams, only now, instead of being hidden away in Mampang Fortress by the Archmage, you see it in the head of a burly villager from Cantanope. Anyone can wear the crown, he declares to you, but wearing the crown you're no longer just anyone, and he points a finger at you and seems to cackle with the energy. You find yourself drawn towards him, commanded to do his bidding. You're walking towards the crack in the ground. It seems sure to swallow you whole. You stumble at its edge, about to fall, and you have one of those dreams where you fucking wake up and you go, ugh, because, you know, you hit the floor or something, you know? I hate those. The next morning, let's go. The second day of your journey begins in the morning cool. Still halfway between sleeping and waking, you feel the presence of your spirit, the elephant, close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Analand, just as you have changed, but is still walking beside you. In the temple, they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, and even save you from certain death, but the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. Could ask for a spirit I'm using the pray button. I see. Yes, persevere, Jolene. See you later, anime lover. It is, Shark, it is. I was doing that before, but then I stopped because it was a pain. You can feel yourself getting accustomed to the fetid air of these hills. You have now ascended several hundred feet and can expect to make excellent progress before the end of the day. As you crest the brow of the hill, you see something that makes you stop in your tracks. To your left is a clearing, and in the clearing are several poles planted firmly in the ground, and atop each pole is a head. Look at the heads. The heads are all kinds of ages. Some are recently fixed while others have decayed. Some are nothing but skulls and hair. They are human heads, goblin heads, and one or two heads of creatures that you do not recognize. All have sewn up eyes and mouths. A large X is painted on a rock nearby. It's obviously intended as a warning to not venture any further, but ahead the road forks, left and right. You cannot be sure which path you are warned not to take. The right-hand path continues to climb. The left-hand path winds down to the side of a hill. I see. We'll take the left. But this is, I don't know, they're both leads to bridges. You make your way down a steep wooded slope. After half an hour you hear the gurgling of a stream, and then quite suddenly you emerge from the trees to the edge of a fast-flowing river. Fording would be impossible, but luckily someone has built a bridge. We will test it. Just like I will test your patience. Ooh, ha, 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 ha. The bridge is made from 2 stout ropes with thinner strings hanging from each of them and boards tied to the strings. You test the ropes and notice that the left one feels weak. That doesn't mean that the bridge is necessarily a trap, although it might be, but it does mean that if this bridge collapses, the left side will fall away first. Okay. Let's see. You begin to make your way carefully across, but at the halfway mark the boards start to creak and come loose, and then one of the ropes holding the bridge up unlashes itself completely, and you're plunging into the water. Race for the other bank. Yeah, let's do it. You make a break for the far bank, pounding across the boards as they tumble and plunge into the rapid water. At the last minute, the bridge dissolves and you must jump. We jump. Right. You leap right, but as the bridge breaks and twists, the boards rise up on that side and catch you in midair, winding you. God damn it. You grab one of the ropes to help slow your fall. Half scrambling, half tumbling, you're dumped into the water without too much injury. You splash through the water the other side and come up dripping. You're in one piece and there's no turning back. Something moves in the bushes nearby. We investigate. Who's there? You demand, as you approach the bush, peering either side to spot if the figure tries to run. But when you get there, nothing. Leave it. Just a rabbit, surely. Shaking yourself dry and starting to walk again. Follow the path. Jolene probably like gritting her teeth here, me making all the rookie mistakes. I'm really liking this game so far, Jolene. I'm glad that you suggested that I play it. As you descend, you pass a clearing which would make for a good place to rest, but without any more provisions, you need to reach a town as soon as possible. Yes, that is very true. This place is too open, it's not safe, you walk through the long grass. Oh yeah, 100%. You continue along the trail. The undergrowth around you gets thicker, with dense shrubs that snag at your legs as you pass. Suddenly, there's a cracking sound beneath your feet, branches or something else. Jump clear. You leap ahead just in time as a pitfall caves beneath you. I knew it was a pitfall. You look back to see a gaping hole which you would have fallen into. Look at the pit. You pause to look at the pit. It's 3 meters deep. Quite a trap. But then again, so is the one moving underneath your feet just now. There's the gentlest of clicks. Step back. You step back, narrowly avoiding the impact as 3 saplings, each set with sharpened stakes, snap upright in front of you. Of course, in stepping back, you fall into the pit. Fuck! God damn it. You drop 3 meters into the ground and everything goes black. God damn it. You slowly regain consciousness. There's a stinging pain in your hands and feet, and something is wrong with your head. Close nearby, there is some kind of crazed parrot making an irritating noise. Check head injuries. You move to check your head for injuries, but you find that your arms cannot move. The numbness in your hands is loss of blood. You're tied and bound. Your captors, seeing you struggle, race over to surround you. One prods you with the base of the spear, judging by what they wear around their necks. They're headhunters. Greetings, you whisper. I mean you no harm. The men around you leap and jabber, but there's no reason to believe they understand your words. Maybe they're headhunters of people who use magic. And if I use magic, I'll just fucking die. But I do want to see what my options are, though. Let's see. DHK. Okay. Okay. We'll wait, I guess. Will we just keep waiting? There's nothing you can do but wait. An hour or so passes, during which you're left alone. Then suddenly the little men return and lift you up onto their shoulders. You're carried swiftly to the centre of the headhunter settlement. There's much commotion, and several natives rush off to fill a large pot with water to be heated over by a fire. Meanwhile, you're thrown into a bamboo cage. Hands are tied and guarded by a big strong warrior. I'm gonna wait again. Will I die here? Will I die here if I just keep waiting? I'm so sorry. It just keeps giving me the option to wait and I just take it every time. You try to maintain your calm and wait, watching for an opportunity, but one does not come. After an hour or so, a crowd of headhunters have gathered outside your cage. They're singing and dancing and sharing wine. The water in the pot is bubbling loudly. 2 of the hunters approach your cage. Like, they could just be helping me. They could just be helping me. Yeah, they're totally helping me. They're helping me. It's fine. You wait, the 2 hunters haul you out the cage and bustle you towards the pot. God damn it. They're not helping me. You concentrate, clear your mind, and level your soul. Lift a prayer to the spirit, the baboon. Your spirit offers freedom, escape, and aid for wanderers. You require all three. The response is almost immediate. Dark clouds rumble in low over camp. When they're directly above head, they release a torrential downpour, dousing the fire. The headhunters run around trying to cover the flame, and for a moment they drop you, and the water collecting on the floor loosens your bindings. The rain is causing confusion in the village. The headhunters are running for shelter. Get my belongings first. You dive quickly into the hut from which you were brought. All your belongings are still here. You grab them and race back out the hut. Headhunter blocks your path. Knock him down. Knock him down with all your force and he goes sprawling. Then you are clear of the hut. You run and keep running until you're in deep woods, but hopelessly lost. From one disaster to another, it seems. And you are now on your own. You've called on your spirit's help, and while the powers above are giving, they're not generous, and they will not help you again for some time. You come to a stop in a field with long grass almost over your head, but which way will you go? There's no time for your bearings uphill, because then you can see... You race around the curve of the hill, crashing through a thin line of trees until you're quite sure you've not been followed, but where are you now? All the way over here? Really? God damn. The path climbs again up a low hill, covered over with thick bushes and shrubs that snag at your clothing. Halfway up you hear a sound. Twigs breaking. Freeze. If I would have kept walking, I probably would have been pounced on. You freeze as a large creature the size of a bear emerges directly in front of you. It has black and white fur and a long bushy tail that trails out behind. It growls menacingly. Can probably try to edge around it. We don't need to get into a fight. Leaving the main trail, you slip through the shrubs around the creature. Its patch is clearly the square of dirt through which the path leads. It watches you to ensure that you don't come too close, but it doesn't attack. After a few minutes of this, you're on the other side, and able to continue. The path leads down through another valley and back up another hill. 2 hours pass. Let's fucking go! The sun is now just past zenith, and everywhere a dusty heat rises from the baked earth. You begin to think about where you will stay for the night. A night sleeping out in the open would best be avoided. But then you see a small village set into the hill. Let's fucking go. We look at it. Smoke rises from the stacks. The houses are well set, with stones at their bases and thatched roofs of grasses and thick leaves. There is, unusually, more than just one street running through the centre of the town, but it is as though this place, once rich, had had its heart scooped away. Litter surrounds the buildings, and on the edge of the village are rows and rows of empty, abandoned houses. You continue your slow drudge along the path. Oh, yeah, we're just gonna go into the village, because, we can just, take refuge in one of those abandoned houses. You walk into the village. Young hill dwellers pass you and stare at your strange clothes. You nod back respectfully. These people are poor and live difficult lives. If your mission fails, they will not survive long, but they cannot survive long out here regardless. So when you say don't interact with them, I also should not rest at an inn or talk at the alehouse either? You can? Jolene! Jolene! You stop a passerby and ask for an inn. They lead you there directly. The woman who runs the place stands in the doorway with her arms folded. Are you from the king? She demands. Yes, I am. God damn it. Taxes? She replies. No. The woman narrows her eyes at you. This is a guest house, the best in Kiristanti. Only guests stay, and any guest of mine knows it costs me 3 gold pieces to host a traveller overnight, and 2 to feed them, but it's all between friends. What was free money? What was? Oh, right, taxes? Yeah. Need to eat first. Or... ah, my gosh. What the fuck is that? What is that emote? If I say I go elsewhere, will she accept me again? Like, will she raise her prices? I only have 4 gold pieces. God damn it. I was almost eating myself. Don't think you can return. We need to eat. Food is just being served. The woman steps aside and you go inside and sit down. A few moments later, her husband appears with a steaming pot of skunk bear stew. It's as thick as mud and has a rich, disgusting flavour. Yeah, no worries, shark. I don't have enough money for a room. Can I not just sleep in an abandoned house? Bye-bye. Hello, Vola. Of course, no worries, Jolene. The cover of the forest is dark and the ground is thick with fallen branches, mud and briar. You walk for nearly an hour or more, and then you pass a large tree atop a great fist of curling roots. It's the perfect spot to sleep. You have nothing left to eat. You settle down to sleep, but it will not be an uninterrupted night. Out here, under the stars, surrounded by beasts, but you will still feel a little better for it. Halfway through the night, you wake suddenly. A roach pig has sunk its teeth into your leg and is quietly sucking your blood. Let's get a good sort of deal on like what we're against here. The pig grinds its teeth as though hoping to scare you into lying while it still feasts. You crawl back from under its weight, readying your blade. The pig charges forward, tusks leveled for your heart. You turn the blow with your sword. Then the pig's shield distends. It's about to do something, but what? And just give a little jab. Readying your sword, you attack, slicing across the creature's face. But most of the blow bounces off its chitinous shell. The roach pig grunts, but it's built to survive the impacts of collapsing trees. It feels nothing from your blow. I do a big swipe. You batter the roach pig back, charging forward, sword biting for blood as it swings its head, only to catch the blade more deeply. It staggers as you wound it. Its shell is drawn up. But is it drawn up fully? Yeah, it is drawn up fully. That's my bad. We'll swipe at it again. Get to fuck. Readying your sword, you attack. Backed up against a tree, you can barely swing your sword, but you muster all your strength. As the roach pig charges for you, head low, tusks bared, the creature drives itself deep into your blade. The pig whines pathetically and braces its back legs. We're defending! Yeah! You drop your guard down low, the roach pig flails at you with its hooves. It drops its head dead low. Then go to fuck! Readying your sword, you attack, powering forward, sword swinging. The creature squeals so loud you think your ears will burst. Then it falls back, hitting the earth with its hard shell and raising dust. It is, quite suddenly, quite dead. The tree falls silent once more. Shut up, Jolene. It's hard for me to discern what's happening on my screen. Like, I don't know what the creature's doing with that first strike. You carry the carcass a short way from your camp, so that you will not be overrun by rats and ants. Then wiping your blade on the grass, you settle back down to try and get some sleep. Your dreams are vivid once again. You're somewhere hot, as if swimming in a pool of lava. The smell of herbs and cumin is thick in your nostrils. God fucking damn it. And all around you, hungry mouths are crying out to be fed. Meanwhile, you're falling endlessly down and down into a deep pit in the ground, and in the distance, a deep voice is booming with laughter. The long, cruel fingers of one hand are curled around the metal frame of a crown, and with the other, he beckons you forward, as if into a trap. We're gonna go beyond. You wake early and sit for a moment, in no great hurry to leave this place where you've lingered for so long. This is now the third day of your journey, and the muscles in your legs are feeling lean and strong from so much walking. You spend a short while enjoying the peace, and then unhurriedly collect your possessions to set off along the path. Cristantani, Jesus Christ, these fucking names, is surrounded by several miles of fields. It sits in a well-protected ring of hills, and is close enough to the river to be reasonably prosperous. As you follow the path between lines of sun-baked crops, you come to a fork in the road. The right-hand way leads past a set of outbuildings, while the left directly heads off directly into the deep woodland. If you want, Jolene, of course. We're gonna go between the buildings and we're gonna get jumped. You glimpse at a few people at work by the buildings. There will be precious little company on your journey, so you should take it while you can. I mean, you're gonna be heard on stream if you tell me in VC. Approaching a low wall, you see a blind beggar sheltering in the shade with his hand held outstretched. He hears you approach and click his fingers. Alms, would you? For the love of Sindla, alms? It's worth it. I don't know. I think you should just suffer and listen to me. You place a coin in his outstretched hand. Your kind traveller, the beggar says. He feels over the surface of the coin, then bites down on it. Why me? This is a gold piece. You're too generous to a poor sightless beggar. You'll get me killed if anyone knows that I have it. The beggar beams up at you. It won't last. Good luck as you prepare to walk away. He said, "Wait," he calls. "One moment, please." He begins to scrabble around, feeling over his body as if looking for holes. Eventually he cries, "Aha!" and pulls out a copper key, which he holds out for you. What is that? Years ago I lived in Kahari, he explains. Try and tell me that I'm pronouncing it wrong. Or is it Kahari? Beware the red eyes and curry, or my fate will befall you, and you'll be here with me begging for your living. What are the red eyes? Pray you never find out, is his simple reply. Listen to me. Kari is wary of strangers, but this key will help you be will help if you be captured by red eyes. Trust me. As the man talks, you step quickly out of the road as an ox cart whips past you, raising dust. It does not stop. Take the key. You take the key and put it safely into your pack. Thank you. Please. You say and move on. You follow the path away from the village for half the morning. The walk is easy. It feels natural as breathing to have the road move beneath your feet. Hard to believe you trained for this journey for so long and now you're on it. You climb a little, tracing the side of a group of trees until you meet a fork in the road. You could continue straight on and upwards or turn west a while. Are you sure, Jolene? Are you like 100% sure? Okay. Hello. Go for it.
Hi. Okay, so we're just gonna go through them? Okay. Well, I don't have them like listed. Okay, so first of all, okay, what were the ones you were saying?
Kari. Kari?
Okay, that's Kare.
Kare.
Kare, yeah.
Kari. My game's
No.
frozen, no, there is.
Kare.
Yeah, Kari.
You're saying it weird. It's Kare.
Kari, yeah.
No, like Kare.
Yeah,
Kare.
Kari.
Okay, no, don't say. No, it doesn't end on an E. It ends on an A.
Yeah, Kari.
Kare.
Kari.
Okay, you're doing it on purpose. Whatever.
I
What's the
know,
next one?
it's my accent. I don't fucking know. Kristatanti?
Kristatanti?
Yes. It's got too many consonants.
Well, you better get better at reading. I don't know what to tell you.
Shut the... I don't know. Cantopani? Well, I think I said that
That
right.
one, you got that one right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like... The Shamatani.
Chamotante?
Oh,
Chamotante, yeah.
yeah, sorry. What was the other one? Like, the name of the forest or something? No. Yeah, I don't think I said much else, like...
Can you pronounce that starting area?
What, Analand?
Okay, awesome. You got that right. Because you're gonna say that more. Okay.
Okay.
I think you're good. I think you're good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, for now I think you're good.
So, remind me how to say the one with the K again.
Kare?
Kari.
Whatever. I don't even care.
Okay. Do you want me to go now? Can you continue playing the game?
Yeah. Go have fun.
Okay, I love you.
Love you too.
Alright, boy. Alright. Let's just go straight on. You continue along the path climbing. Your legs feel strong and lean. By the end of this journey, you'll be built like a mountain goat. For some reason, my brain really wanted to put the word fucking in there, like a fucking mountain goat. But yeah. The afternoon progresses, long and easy. This place you're walking through seems thick with desolation, if it was long ago abandoned. And then, as if to confirm your thought, you come across two enormous stone pillars, listing slightly either side of the road. They form a gate, but the gate is 3 times the height of a man. Look them over. Peering closely, you make out the faded remains of carved characters. In the old script, L and K, the remnant of a spell of fortune, perhaps, or binding for these now fallen stones. Is it giants? We go through. There's nothing for it but to go forwards. And Jolene's screaming behind the monitor like, no, you shouldn't have went that way. You step into the shadow of an enormous gate. The ruins of walls line the path either side, but these are walls built from blocks the size of ox carts. Centuries ago, this must have been a palace of a king, 12 feet tall. Now it has been levelled, and the stones stolen from the field walls and foundations of the villagers all around. Let's investigate the ruins, why not? You take a moment to clamber out over the ruins and off the path until you're surrounded by waist-high grasses. The ground rises and falls sharply around the outlines of houses and buildings. You trace the line of a street wide enough to run 3 carts abreast that leads quickly downhill towards a forest. Once this place was rich and plentiful, what happened here to remove every last trace of these colossal people? Look inside a house. You stop by the edge of a house. The side wall only stands as high as your knees. Grass nods above it. Looking inside, you can make out the edges of a fireplace, the back wall, an adjoining area, perhaps a grain store or bedroom. You take a few moments to search through the long grasses and find nothing, until your hand closes on a clay pot near one wall. It is the shape of a wine jug, about 3 times the usual size. Around the neck is a red stain, wine, or maybe blood. It's impossible to tell. The base of the pot has been smashed away, perhaps by age, perhaps by someone unhappy with the contents. You leave the pot behind. Follow the street down. Giant vampires. Lick it! That's not an option, Volo. You follow the line of the street down the slope hill. The further you go from the path, the more overgrown the ruins become, until you can barely make out their outlines at all. After a while, you're not following a street at all, but simply holding to the same line. You approach the edge of a thick woodland. We can just go to the next village. Sure. Excuse me. There's no clear path here, and the street has disappeared from view. Going into the trees is difficult, but you push your way forwards as best you can, and stop when you come across a large standing stone. Another gate? Look at the stone. You go over the stone and examine it more closely. Not a gate, it is an idol. A gigantic stone head carved with deep open eyes and an open mouth. The lips are around the lips is a dark red stain, the same as the one on the pot. Obviously it's a blood sacrifice or blood offering. Looking left and right into the trees, you're startled to see more stones, more idols with open mouths, leading off in both directions. They all face back towards the ruined village, as though forming a wall or an approaching army. Something terrible happened here. Let's look inside the mouth. Stealing your courage, you slide your hand into the mouth of the idol. It is so deep, that's what he said. You reason something must be concealed in there. And sure enough, your grip closes on something. Something hard but light. Treasure, perhaps? You pull out your hand to see what you're holding. Open my fist! I've got teeth, let's go! Nervously, you open your palm. Teeth. Gigantic teeth. You're holding 3 giants' teeth. Perhaps every idol holds the same, or perhaps the other idols hold kneecaps, arm bones, jaws. You press on. Trees and thorny bushes snag at you as you walk, and eventually, after chopping and hacking your way through, you see a space ahead, a path. You push forward and then stop for a breath, grateful to have solid ground to walk on once more. Jinx is my comfort food. Well, I'm glad I helped keep you comfy. You walk for several hours, following the twists and turns of the path through the trees. Then suddenly you stop. You heard a noise up ahead. Something is moving around between the rocks at the edge of the path. Wait and look. You hang back, watching the trees. There's definitely something moving around. Something large and long with a tail that whips between the trees. But now that you've seen it, you're at a definite advantage. We'll creep around. Damn it. The beast is off the path to the right, so if you creep around the tree line on the left, you may escape unnoticed. You try this tactic, moving slowly and carefully, making little noise as possible, placing your feet with delicate care. After a few more yards, you're about to rejoin the path when the movement of the animal stops. It must have heard you, or caught your scent. And sure enough, a moment later it is upon you. In a flurry of foliage and dirt, a rat bear leaps from the undergrowth. It is much closer than you thought. Its sleek black fur allows it to hide in the shadows until it's almost upon you. What letters do I have for a spell? We won't be casting fog again, that's for sure. We have L, Z, and D, and J as well. Oh, fuck yeah! Let's see if this works. Yes, I fucking cast a smart spell on it. Fuck yeah! Jolene, are you proud of me? You cast a spell on the beast, holding it quite still. It snuffles and sniffs the air but cannot seem to think its way out of its difficulties. You walk smartly away. I'm amazing? No, you are. Hey Jolene, is this village called Dumpus? Is it like dumping? Is there people with dumpies in here? The path The path winds a few more times around gigantic trees, thousands of years old, and then emerges onto a sudden plain, as if the forest had been scooped away by a gigantic hand. A river trickles thinly between short grasses, and by its bank stands a tiny village. Do not talk to the Dumpus people? But should I go in the village? Because I know there's a difference. Posture check. God damn it, Jolene. Posture is checked.
Hydrate, you bastard! Hydrate!
Fucking hydrate. Ree. I will hydrate for you. Today has been mercifully short and uneventful. You've made excellent progress. With a decent meal and a night's sleep, your next day will start auspiciously. It is a shame and a worry that you have made so little money. You head down into the village hoping to find charity. You follow the path into the village, passing a sign which declares it to be Dumpus. The streets are thin and narrow, and the buildings have been set close together, as if trying to withstand a storm. There's a terrible smell hanging in the air. All in all, it seems to be an unpleasant place. So, This is what you mean by don't talk to the dumpest people, is don't talk to the villagers. I will explore the town, however. Damn it. Jolene, someone's talking to me. Halfway along the track, you come across a couple of merchants' huts. Your 1 gold piece is too little to afford anything, so you browse briefly. One of the merchants catches your eye and smiles. Well, traveller, what is it you need? Fuck. Good work, it's me. One of my friends needs some digging doing. I'm sure he would pay you and feed you for it. What are we digging? Doesn't matter, you'll find out. He stares at you, so he looks over his shoulder at the path. I'm going that way now myself. You coming? Oh my god. Follow the merchant. Sure. Okay, I'm done eating my chicken. No more eating noises. He leads you to a house on the edge of the village and introduces you to the householder, a stout man who is probably incapable of lifting a spade, let alone digging with it. I'm ready to get started. Spades out back, he replies, with a jerk of his thumb. You walk through the man's house into the back garden. The smell is terrible. The job is not just to dig a new cesspit, but to dig over the old one. And it's going to be several hours work that'll probably take the whole night. You collect the spade. Oh, I can guess a spell. What would I cast? ZDP. ZDPB. What would I do? I wonder if making me bigger would, Nice. I wonder. Of course, baby, thank you. Home class doesn't bore you too much. Ah. I don't have fire water. Let's do it. Nice. You go back into the house and collect your money. 3 gold pieces. The grateful householder also provides you with some food. Fucking amazing. as well as a space on the floor to rest for the remainder of the night, you settle down happily and you're quickly asleep. Fuck yeah. Pardon me. You dream strange dreams as you sleep. It seems as though you wander through doors, hallways built 10, 20 times your height. You're in an insect, and the hills over which you walk are the follicles of hair and a shaved chin of a giant. Storms of hot, fetid breath seem to sweep across you, threatening to blow you down into hell. Overhead, you fancy you hear the flap of a giant wings. The birdmen came for the crown. Perhaps before this journey is finished, they will come for you. Well, I don't have rations, but I got fed and I have gold now. You rise early, thank the householder, and head out into the street. Within a few minutes of walking, you're out of Dumpus and back on the road. After another hour or so, the way branches, and one path leads up into the hills, and the other turning downhill along the one side of a barren, stony ridge. Is that a village you can make out on the top of the hill? It seems a lonely place for it. Well, it's another village. I may get some rations. Oh. It seems a happy, bustling place. Yeah, sure, it fucking does. The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb and you're forced to rest several times. So far, you've been walking through foothills. Now the journey will become more serious. When you finally reach the summit and can look out over the low plateau you've crested, you can see a path runs through a small settlement with crudely fashioned huts. I don't like this. There seems no obvious danger. You approach along the path until you are close enough for the villagers to notice you. The effect is immediate. They begin to scurry inside their huts, as if you were an army and not a lone traveller. You cannot help but notice what a sorry bunch they are, squat and short, and all limping strangely. Their bodies are thin and malnourished. As they disappear through their doors, you notice some are missing limbs. Just walk straight through. Something about it gives you the shivers. Fucking hell. I can't help myself. I'm too curious for my own good. You approach the next hut. From inside you hear a murmur of voices, so you enter. The hovel is tiny and poor, with no furnishing of any kind. A small fire burns in the middle of the floor, and by the far wall a family of 3 cowers from you. A woman lifts a shaking hand, as if to hold you back. What kind of spell can I cast? Why would I cast a spell here? F-O-F? Force field? Don't know why I would need that. Cause fear? I think they're already afraid of me. Oh, I've already done that one. Whoops. Oh, for fuck's sake, I press that every time. Oh. Heal disease? No, to do that again, there's another one. Causes stupidity? I've done F already. R? O. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing any of that. We'll just leave. The path beyond the village heads downhill once more between thick trees, before turning into a narrow goat track that crosses a rough path. From the summit, you get a wide view. Look around, why not? Ahead, down a steep slope, the next village is sprawled out before you, and even from here you can catch the sound of merry voices and shouting from the streets. It must be a carnival. Looking right, you hear a roaring noise and can just make out a beautiful, majestic waterfall, plunging from a cliff into a great rock bowl. You watch for a few minutes, marvelling at how clear the water seems. It is time to move on. You follow the track down a steep incline. Well, we're heading for the town. Some way down the hill, you stop for a rest, sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between 3 peaks, is a village. And quite a large one at that, compared to the mournful spot you've just passed through. Behind you, the sun is falling rapidly into the hills, and it might be night soon. We'll just go into the village. Your heart swells. A village might mean a chance to restock provisions. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward, when an overhanging branch touches your face and you hear a lively chirping. Lively chirping. Just turn around. It's the parrot. You turn quickly around, hovering by your shoulder is a small creature, the size of a bird. It's very childlike but very thin, with green skin. It flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough, but it even lands on your shoulder, its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. Talk to her. My name is Jan. Well, hello. What are you? The creature does a backflip and then gives a little bow. I'm a Minimite. Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. What can you tell me about the village? You point down to the valley. Is it safe? That's Biritani. Biritani? And it's very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of Shamutanti Hills. Every traveller who comes this way spends at least one night there, so it's a little bit expensive, especially for Minimites, but pleasant enough. The creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles impatiently. Let's get going, can't we? What do you want with me? See that village? Last time I tried to go through, they told me it wasn't welcome. I wasn't welcome. So I wouldn't mind some protection. Where I'm going is dangerous. You might be killed traveling with me. The creature shrugs. I've got small wings. I can't get that far on my own. The creature flits to your other shoulder once more. I'm not in a hurry, are you? It observes. Do you want to sleep out in the rough? I'm not going to promise to protect you, though. We're going to get going. The creature shakes you by the ear in excitement and set you off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are towering tall and throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. You continue along the path, the sounds of festivities grow louder. It's almost spooky here in the shade of the valley. After so long on the dire road, the people in this village seem to be enjoying themselves. See? The Minimite on your shoulder remarks. I told you it was a happy place. Well, so what's going on? Are they bewitched? Shakes his head. No. If there was magic, believe me, I'd know. This is the festival of the young. So, what's that? Well, take a look. He waves his hand around the village. The idea is that once a year the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It's a great time for fun, lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass a few buildings where you find a number of children sitting on the streets, drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and spanking her. The other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads Glandragger's Tavern. This is all complete mayhem. We leave the women. They're doing their own customs. We don't need to intervene when a woman's over there getting spanked, you know? You consider helping the women, but there's nothing you can do. It is their festival after all. Let's go into the tavern. Behind the bar is a thick-set man wiping mugs with an old rag. Greetings, stranger, he calls. I'm Glandragger. Can I be helping you? Greetings. I've come a long way. I'm sure you have. Take a seat. So you do. Jan leaps up and onto the counter. Glandragger seems amused rather than alarmed by the creature. How much is ale? I've no gold and I'm not gonna beg. Don't tell anyone I gave you that, but it's on the house. You look like you've been on the road for a while. You have no idea, he nods. Tell me about the village. Landragger shrugs. Not much to say. What you see is what you get. This place keeps going because it's on the only route between Kara and Cantapani. If one of these mountains falls or the river freezes over, then this place will be a desert in 2 weeks. I'm not headed there myself. Of course you are, he grins. Did I just tell you that? That's out hills. Can you tell me about it? I loved a girl in there once. It's the time for the love, you know. You have to live every day like it's your last there because the chances are high that it will be. Now there's a city of thieves if there ever was one. I can watch my back. Well, don't forget to watch your front as well, he beams. They'll come at you whichever way. Glandragger goes back to wiping down his bar, then a thought occurs to him. You'll be passing through Torrepani, I suppose? The Sphinx in Torrepani are normally a merry lot, but they're pretty depressed at the moment. There's a real gloom about the place. I'll bear that in mind. He nods. You're a thoughtful soul. I see that. From the counter, Jan issues a loud burp. He's been sipping ale from puddles on the bar top and is now quite drunk. I never said I would protect him, but I also never— Hello, Graffin. Kiwi. I never said I'd just leave him like that either. Wait, no shit, I pressed the wrong button. Fuck. A perfect opportunity to give the creature the slip. You get quietly to your feet, but don't quite manage it. At the last moment, Jan rouses himself and flies wobblingly back onto your shoulder. I love you, he whispers into your ear. We'll go further into town. Why not? You head out of the tavern and turn a corner to find a group of girls standing by a signpost, pointing to the crystal waterfall. They're tripping up their elders as they pass and giggling. Ask them about the waterfall. You stop by the group and ask them about the waterfall, but they are too distracted by Jan, whom they delight in poking, tickling, and generally cooing over. After a few minutes of asking them about the waterfall, you give up and walk away. One of the girls calls, "Come back!" Another shouts, "The water is good for you!" Jan sighs, already missing their attention, but comes back to rest on your shoulder. You leave the girls to their snickering. I have a bad feeling about that water. We will go to an inn. You find the village inn buried under a rocky overhang. The proprietor stands in the doorway, and a formidable young girl armed with a baker's paddle. "What do you want?" she squeaks at you. "Room and board." 9 gold pieces? Oh, how much for a meal then? 4 gold pieces, no discounts. It's steep, but you haven't eaten today and your stomach's turning. Yeah, all of my gold for some fucking food. Still, the rest will be welcome. You hand over the 4 gold pieces and take a seat in the front room of the inn. The smells pervading from the kitchen are appealing, but the sounds are not. It seems like the cook is dropping as much food as they are cooking, and it seems that the child is doing cooking the best they can. When the meal comes, it's hearty enough. You eat alone, and in silence. It seems the festival has driven other travellers out of town. You thank the girl for the meal and leave the inn. Well, we're camping outside once again. You make your way out of the village into a stand of tall, dry trees under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides. Between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down for the night. Jan perches a little way above on a knot and is quickly asleep. You're tired enough to follow suit. That can't close your eyes. Your dreams are full of plague victims, their faces raw with boils and streaming sores. The rest of the night passes silently. Well, let's fucking go. You rise early from your spot beneath a tree. As you gather your thing, Jan leans up and goes onto your shoulder. Ready to go? He chirps. You rejoin the path at the far side of Buritani. Excuse me. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel, and if all goes well, you will reach Torpani today, the last village in the Shamitani Hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, leading uphill to the left and downhill to the right. Ask Jan his advice. Which way? The right is a forest, the left is going easier. The path leads through a field of black flowers to Torpani. What else do you know? Nothing, protests the creature. It's a fine way to talk. That's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for my advice, you know. You get no more from the creature. Time to decide. Yeah, but I've got a feeling these black flowers are dangerous, so I'm gonna go this way. We go right, you decide. Then be on your guard, Jan warns you. You climb a raise. The way is not too steep, and as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills, where the trees are thin. The view goes west, on forever. And sometimes you catch glimpses of Kari on the northern horizon. With nothing to eat, you keep walking into the early afternoon. Jan is in a talkative mood, over the worst of his headache from last night's drinking, and fills the air around with his chatter about what he can see, and how things smell, and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Kari. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quite suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses in your ear. Stop. Stop now. Why? Because, insists the creature in a tiny voice. Because something is following us. You come to a dead stop. Jan is right. There is something moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness behind two trees and touches your neck. You've seen me, whispers a voice. I know it. Answer. I see nothing, you call back. You're quite safe. It is not I who is not safe. Ask who's there. Who's there? There's no reply, but the tall figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed from head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he would have been standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in expert hands. Ooh. Let's see what we've got for spells. F-I-X. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. Z. A. Oh, I can zap him? I could zap him! We're gonna zap him? Zap him. Fuck. I can't use magic while Jan is here? God damn it. The assassin nods at you, taps two fingers against his chest and readies his balance. You drop into a defensive crouch immediately. The assassin, perhaps the most fearsome opponent you have so far encountered, he covers himself well. Closing his eyes, he murmurs a quick prayer as he sets his stance. We're going full on him. Time to attack. You rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, catching him as he is off balance. My duty is to sever your head from your neck, the assassin declares, in a voice cold as polished marble. You will not hold me from it. Defend. Fuck yeah. Acting quickly, you swing a masterful swipe, but the blow you land is only minor because the assassin has adjusted his stance swiftly. Blood drips from the assassin's tunic. He curses under his breath. Well, he can only attack at this much so I can just do it, right? Oh, he defends. The the trees watch as the battle unfolds. Relentlessly, you cut and thrust, keeping him pinned. You swing your sword fast in towards his chest, but the impact clangs against his turned sword. He grins. The assassin's breath is coming in short gasps. He closes his eyes for a moment to steady himself. The assassin swivels his grip. The weapon sings as it moves. Well, I don't know how much he can do, but... Ooh, that was so close. That was so close. The assassin is ready to leap into the tree lines as you come to him again. He is off balance and moving slowly, and the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you choose so, but if you do me an honor and use my own blade. Then get up, you tell him, holding your sword back but not putting it away yet. He nods and sheathes his own blade. You're a worthy victor, and I'm glad to meet you. Now you have saved me, you own me, in part. My name is Flanker, and I'm an assassin and thief. So why did you attack me? It is a simple matter. I pick on wayfarers and practice in hiding and killing. I assumed you would be no match, especially when I saw your pet. He points briefly at the Minimite, who is currently hiding under a fold in your tunic, but I see I was wrong. He bows his head, perhaps in respect, perhaps from the pain of his injuries. Are you traveling to Kahari? I'm gonna say it just in case she's still listening. Why do you ask? That is the way I am going. Well, perhaps I will not see you again once we part, but if I do, remember me. I will not forget the debt I owe you. What is your business there? He looks long into your eyes for a moment, then answers. The nobles of the city have heard rumors. Goblins are reopening the old mines, and they want to know why. And you found out? I believe so, he replies in a whisper. It is not jewels or iron they are after. You know the history of these hills, perhaps. They are not always been so poor or underpopulated. Once, great and powerful men lived here. Men of great knowledge in sorcery. And giants. Flanker shakes his head. The giants came after. The giants are what those great men became. The ancient miners once ran a great city spanning from Kahabad Sea as far north as the Jakir mines. That was where they mined the ore that forged the crown, and that is the metal, that power which goblins are searching for. If Mampang should rise, it would be their only hope. They must be stopped. The crown must be recovered. Flackner's eyes are wise and insightful. I will see you again, he says fiercely. In Kari. He bows his head again. This time, it is definitely in pain. Go, he hisses. You cannot aid me. Just help him, it's fine. No. I have caused your wounds. I will help you. He grins with gritted teeth. Are you a doctor? I don't think you are. Just bind his wounds, it's fine. Tearing strips of dark fabric from his clothing, you bind his wounds tightly and the bleeding lessens. You're too kind to a man who is about to kill you, he murmurs. Let that be your lesson, you reply, as you gather up your things and head out of the forest, leaving him behind. You have a sense that you have made a powerful friend. Fuck yeah! How much longer do you think we'll be travelling today? The Minimite on your shoulder asks. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long way. Not much further. The Minimite sighs and slumps onto your shoulder. You continue along the path around the side of the hill. A wooden hut is set into the slope, with an old woman sitting on the front step. The river seems to emerge from beneath her. As you get closer, you realise the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is on splayed struts like an insect straddling the watercourse. A few paces in front of the house, the water plunges over the edge of the sheer cliff and disappears. Greet the woman. Greetings, you call. The woman looks up and smiles. Come over here, won't you, she calls. I can barely see you. Uh-huh. That is fucking sus, but we're going anyway. I've got enough stamina. You approach the old woman. She smiles a toothless smile and gets up from the step. Come in, please, she beckons. I get so lonely. Obviously a trap, but I'm going in anyway. Thank you. You follow her inside and take a seat by a long wooden table. I'll bring us some tea, she says. She sounds almost nervous. Hurrying to her kitchen, she returns with 2 large cups. Watch it, Jem whispers in your ear. I don't trust this one. Neither do I. Make conversation. The tea is hot. You cup it between your hands as you speak. What's your name? They call me Gazamoon, she replies with a smile. I used to be quite well known, in my way. You nod, but you've never heard of her. Why do you live alone? It must be dangerous. Oh, she smiles sweetly. No one bothers about me. Why would they? You smile and nod. It's a beautiful place that you've got here. This is a beautiful place, you remark, watching the river outside the door plunging way over the cliff face. This is the top of the crystal waterfall, she says. The river runs right under my house. They say it carries all my goodness and youth away while I sleep, and the villagers bathe in it for luck. She giggles meanly. I'm sure it isn't quite true. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches your lips. Oh, she says suddenly, I've forgotten the pot. She goes back to the kitchen to fetch it. Switch cups with her. God damn it. You wince and cough, you find seizing up. Ho, suspicious stranger, laughs the woman. I can count on travelers suspecting my witchcraft. Please release me. You try to shout, but you're paralyzed and quite powerless. The woman begins to search your bag. Jan flits about in some distress, unsure what to do. She removes the giant's teeth, no, and tuts, and stashes what she has stolen into a drawer. She flicks a finger and you find yourself elsewhere. Where? Just so with you, when you bat away, you can move, getting to your feet, you find yourself on the path in sight of Torpani. Shit! It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and below you is the village of Torpani, slung from one side of the valley to the next like a flood barrier. Observe it. Torpani is the village of Svin, an aggressive-looking race of man-orcs. You might expect their village to be rowdy, but it's strangely quiet. We go into the town. There's still no way around it. You will have to go through. You enter the village. There's a definite air of depression hanging over the place. The Svins are going about their business, slowly and miserably, and pay you no heed. You sit yourself down on a tree stump at the very centre of the village to consider your options. Make contact with the villagers first. I mean, they seem depressed, right? You spy a group of Svins sitting outside a low hut, and you walk over and sit yourself down. They're discussing a friend, apparently killed in the night by an assassin's curved blade. Is that why you're all afraid? We're afraid of no thing, reports the Svin furiously. But no, much worse. Another Svin bangs his hand down on the table. But with Esh dead, who saved Tia? Who is Tia? Our flower, Svin, who answers, wipes a tear from the corner of his eye, scratching himself painfully with an uncut fingernail. I was going to say undercut. Tia's chief's daughter, the other Svin says. Esh was to save her. Now Esh not alive. So Tia soon not alive. What happened to her? Goblins. They sacrifice. Sacrifice? He's unsure of the word, so mimes a gesture like stabbing downwards knife blade. Yes. Sacrifice to Great Cave Demon. Trouble is, other says, our village die if chief line end. Tia is end. So, if ends, we end. All very sad. Very sad, they all agree. Who you? One asks suddenly, as if only just thinking of it. He prods you in the chest. Warrior. Warrior. Warrior! A sudden gleam enters the biggest one's eye. Great warrior? I do my best. Best is good. Meki, Tifa, he signals the others who are quickly on their feet, big hefty arms swinging for you. We take you to Chief. Before you can resist, they have you and are hauling you bodily onto their shoulders. Jen clings to your shoulder, refusing to be shaken free. We'll be fine. You hold your tongue and wait to see... let's see. I mean, we're not really captured. The door slammed and locked. A moment later it reopens and your possessions are thrown inside. We can just, you know, wait to see what happens. You pull your knees up to your chest and wait. Jan goes to sleep immediately. The long watches of the night pass slowly. In the end, nothing happens and no one comes. The aching in your empty belly gnaws at you with glee. It's daybreak. Daybreak, and you're still alone. An hour passes before you hear any noise outside, and then the door to the hut opens and 5 Sphinx walk in. They drag you roughly out and across the street to another hut, where an old man with grey hair sits. He is wearing outlandish, colourful robes. My name, Proseus. Chief, he slaps his chest twice. I apologise, then bows, brushing the dust on the floor with his sleeves. Apology accepted. The chief nods. He waves to a menial who brings in bread and milk. We'll eat it. Gravely, you bolt down the meal. It does not seem to be poisoned, and it nourishes you. The bowl is removed, and the chief squats down in a pool of cloth. Jan cowers under your own cloak, hoping to go unnoticed. I have need of you and your strength. Tell me. The chief nods. I shall. My daughter, my child, she is taken, or offered to a terrible demon below. Goblins. The chief spits at the word. Goblins. He shakes his head and tears well up in his eyes. We never friends, but we never enemies like this. I do not understand their hate, why they care about demons and caves. The goblins are mining in old mines. They're hunting for the power of the crown of kings, but the mines are guarded by old demons. The chief nods, and they will buy their skin with ours. He gets to his feet. Rescue daughter, and you will be great reward. He gestures to the other Sphinx, who, still taking no chances, grab you by your arms and haul you to your feet. Well, I guess we're saving the chief's daughter then. You're led to a short pathway among the forest or crack in the ground. One Sphinx has brought a rope, the other a basket. They are preparing to lower you into the pit of the earth itself. You wait until they are ready and step into the basket. The chief nods to you with respect. Watch the darkness, he declares, as they start to lower you down. From your shoulder, Jan murmurs, we're in trouble now. He shivers. You hit the floor with a thud and peer into the darkness. Your eyes can make out nothing, but a slight breeze suggests endless space in all directions. You're blind, helpless, trapped. Something clatters to your feet from above. One of the Savins shouts something down to you. Feel around the ground. You crouch down and feel around your feet until your hand closes on the base of something. You pick it up. It's a dry wood torch. Something else falls from above and strikes you on the head. Tinderbox, calls the voice. You feel around for the tinderbox. Rubbing the bruise in your hand, you reach down and find a tinderbox. Light the torch. Let's go. You can now see that you're in a large cavern, wide and deep. At the far end, passageways disappear left and right. Through an uneven rock fall at the far end of the cavern, you hear a murmur. Listen by the rocks. You clamber over the rocks at the edge of the cavern to investigate the sound. It is whimpering, coming from the other side of the pile of stones. A Sphin girl, perhaps. She came in this way, but then the cave-in blocked off her path. You'll have to find another way to reach her. There's no way to tell which way goes which. You go left and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining from the sound of approaching threat, but all you can hear is Jan's quiet whimpering. The passage slopes. The passageway slopes down a short way, then ends in a T-junction. 2 stones are stacked on top of each other, lay against the wall here. Examine the stones. There's nothing special about stones, except that they happen to be on top of each other. I already went left. And if I go left again, I'm going further away. So if I go right, you turn right. Here the cave system widens. Pendiculous stalactites hang from the ceiling, as if about to fall and skewer you in place. You skirt between them, following a thin, safe path until a passage opens on the left. Straight on. You push on. The passage rises up a gentle incline. At the top, a thick crystal seam glitters in the torchlight, and a passageway opens to your right. We'll just look at the crystal. Why not? The seam seems to be made out of pure diamond, and no doubt in the quest of those that these stones were carved. But why is no one mining here now? Dig out the crystal. You try to pry some diamonds loose from the incredible seam in the rock, but your sword is not up to the task, and you would only make it blunt. You could perhaps return with a proper pick, but only if you escape the tunnels first. Down. I went left, and left was down, and I went right, and then it went up. You'd go right again. You take the right hand tunnel. You see a spot of sunlight up ahead and rush towards it. You find yourself back beneath the crack in the ceiling through which you came. Go straight on. You creep forwards and through the dark, quite sure that you're going in circles. I am. The ground seems to drip, and its lowest point, the tunnel splits. There's a stacked pair of stones here as well. Go left. The tunnel twists and bends sharply, as if carved by a river now long since dried away. You lose all sense of which way is which, except to keep going forward where the passage you're following finishes at another fork. There's another pair of stones stacked in the corner. Go left. You slip through an opening in the left wall. The going is suddenly more difficult, and you realise the tunnel is climbing at quite a sharp gradient. Little stones rattle and roll downwards into the dark. At the highest point the path you are creeping through forks again. 2 stones roll away down the slope. Go left again. The cave walls crush in close, as though the rock is squeezing you to death. Your shoulders rub against the walls when you feel certain you can go no further. The winding seam reaches a split. 2 more stones are stacked against the wall. Those rocks don't look like they fell like that, Jan remarks. Go left again. You follow the passageway when you hear an echo of whimpering coming up the corridor. Your torchlight falls across the frail shape. Hiding in the shadows is the young spin girl, stacking stones into hundreds of little towers. Look for traps. You run the torchlight across the walls of the tavern, no switches or triggers that you can see. The girl watches you with silent fear, and then the torchlight falls on a deep scratch in the rock, a claw mark. Suddenly there's a loud roaring from the mouth of this short cavern. The walls begin to shake and crumble. The Sphinx stone tower topple and scatter. To one side, a gap in the rubble begins to open, letting through a mean shaft of light. But before you can head for it, the roaring sounds are joined by a scream from the Sphinx girl. You turn slowly to peer into the gloom back along the tunnel. Is there something moving? Something coming closer? Perhaps the roaring is the wind rushing through the tunnels. Something is coming. Oh no. I thought that was a butthole for a second. I don't know why I thought that. You hear the scrabbling sound of claws on rock, and the exit from the tunnel is blocked by a dark looming shape. A manticore. Huge. Terrible. It stands between you and the light, and the howls in bloody rage. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. Holy shit. Sorry, I forgot to read. The fearsome creature paces forward, teeth bared. You drop back, raising your guard, hoping the beast will wear itself out. At the last moment, the manticore pounces, all claws off the ground, and bare to plunge into your flesh. You brace yourself as it comes down and leap aside at the last moment, claws raking your skin. For a moment, it's close enough to smell its warm, fetid breath. And then I power attack there. The creature snarls and snaps its jaws. You must finish this monster before it finishes you. With the rock wall at your back, you've no way to hide, but a perfect platform to spring forward. You race at the manticore just as it pounces its tail like a hammer stroke. As it rears, you push your sword up into its exposed belly. The manticore shifts away, and opens its enormous jaws, which looks so human but contain an impossible number of teeth, each one dripping with a mixture of saliva and blood. We defend on this one. Weirdly, you move into a defensive crouch. The manticore stays low and tries to ram you. It gives you a silent thanks for your concentration. Fuck yeah. In the darkness of the cave, it's hard to read the monster's intentions, but you cannot wait forever. Charging forward, you rush into the manticore. At the same moment, it comes for you with its terrible sting. You cut into it like a butcher. It curses you in an almost human tongue. The beast growls at you. The walls shiver in fury. The Sven girl edges nearer, as if thinking of scratching the creature with her claws. It's scared, she whispers to you. You might not believe me, but you've scared it. Defend. Manticore laughs at you with an expression of twisted joy. You risk an attack. Racing across the stone, you charge headlong towards the manticore just as it charges at you. Wearing exposed, you've opened a deep wound to its side. The Sven girl cheers. The manticore chomps and grinds its teeth, an expression of an ugly frown. Attack it again. Shit. Shit. We've got this, we've got it, it's fine. That's when the... Yep, Okay. Damn, that was intense. The only noise in the chamber is the hammering of your heart and the quiet breathing of the Sphin girl. Then the Minimite breaks out in a loud cheer, whooping and punching the air. You silence him quickly. Who knows what else is down here? Thank you, the Sphin girl murmurs. Jesus, I'm so used to saying mumbles, but yeah. Then tugging at your arm. This way. She leads you towards the light, through the gaps in the rocks, to the pool of sunlight in the first cavern. Let's fucking go. Tell the girl to call up. Getting together, chief calls, we'll pull you both up. We'll get in together, I suppose? Pull harder. Yeah, let's go back to the village. We need rest and we need food. Look at them, they're so happy. You're given a place to stay and recuperate from your long journey. A visit to the healing priest treat your wounds, and when you emerge, it is to find the village before so somber and silent, now full of life. Flowers are tied to every rooftop and the bands of Sphinx are playing music on long, strangely shaped lyres. You're whisked away to dance by Proteus' daughter before the chief can welcome you to the feast. That night, you sleep heavily, rise the next morning, and continue your journey. The chief meets you before you go. My good friend, he declares, you've saved us. He presses 2 gifts to your hand. A pouch of 10 gold pieces. Let's fucking go. A fortune for a place like this. And a key. This opens the south city gate of Kari, he tells you. I hope it is use. You take your leave. The path winds away from Torapani, and as soon as you're on your downward slope, away from the Shamutanti hills, through stepped rice fields, as you walk, you feel for the first time loneliness of the path ahead. Though Kari is a busy city, it is cruel, and beyond Kari there's nothing but vicious wasteland. You will have no one to trust in the days ahead. What about Jan? For a brief moment up in the hills above a path, you fancy you see a figure stealing its way along by some high and secret route. A figure in all black. But when you shade your eyes against the sun, whatever was there appeared. It was their friend! The distance rises the wall of a great city, the first true stonework you've seen since the ruins of the giant city in the halls. From your shoulder you feel Jan hop away into the air. I didn't mind the manticore, he hisses, but this place I'm afraid of. Take care, you'll need it. Then he buzzes away into the sky and is gone. You're not exactly sorry to see him go, but you wonder if you'll ever see him again. Wait, no, we're actually losing Jan? What? Alright. Your journey through Shamutanti Hills is completed. Along the way you've gained friendship with the flanker, the assassin, and have been given 2 useful keys, to the Cell of the Red Eyes and to the Gates of Kari. You've collected no magical artifact. Oh fucking hell. You are still armed only with your original sword and have no rations and 10 gold pieces and a spellbook. That doesn't seem very good. Oh, I see. It's like chapter by chapter. Okay, I don't mind that. Well, seeing as I only have 20 minutes left of stream. I will write that down. 1 second. I would prefer not to write it on a napkin. Please give me my notepad. Whoops. D-Y-D-E-J-Y. That is the next safe spell claim thing. Okay. Alright. So that was it for Sorcery. I realize that's probably not the most entertaining game to watch, but I hope you guys enjoyed me reading for almost 3 hours. Oh shit! There goes my screen again. Love that. You get to see my desktop and you get to see how I arrange everything. Love it. Okay, well, that's that. We're obviously not going to be rating anybody because there is currently only one viewer. Hello, Volo. Yeah. I looked it up this game beforehand. It said it was 3 hours. I managed to get through it in 2.5 or 2 and 40 minutes. I maybe went through it too fast. I maybe took some of the quickest routes. I avoided probably a few things because I had Jolene telling me not to do things, so it is what it is. Yeah, so we'll just end it here. So once again, hello Volo. Thank you so much for being here and lurking. I do appreciate you doing so. Jolene, thank you for telling me to play this game. I did actually enjoy it quite a bit. Anime Lover, thank you to being here. Graffin, thank you for, like, you know, just playing sounds, I guess. And thank you to Shark and Anime Lover who were here as well. Alright, I will see you guys tomorrow? Question mark. Hold on, I look at my schedule. Did I sway? Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow for some Kingdoms of Amalur, and we'll probably finish Sorcery Part 2 next week as well. So yeah, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime, wherever the fuck you are, and go touch some grass. Goodbye.